to ask you about the eating habits. The first question is one. So tell me about the types of food that people eat in your country.
Type of food in our society, in my country, has two types. First, I want to explain you about main. It contains three things. Okay, I can say right. First one is rice, and the second is corn, and the third is sagu flavor. Rice commonly consumed in several people in Indonesia, especially in West, in the Middle Indonesia, and a little bit in East. Rice consumed every day, 3 times a day. They usually serve rice with secondary food. Secondary food, I can say in Indonesia we say it lauk. Lauk cooked by different ways, different seasonings, different types, and different shape. Actually, I give you example for west of Sumatra. People like the spicy one, so we can see all of the type of their secondary food or lauk. Generally has a spicy taste like rendang, gulai, and asam pade. But we can see in other region like Yogyakarta or Central Java, they like the sweet one. So as I said before, they cook their food for the sweet one, like gudeg and then bacem. We have a different secondary for main food like corn and sagu flavor. Corn usually serve only corn with secondary food, or we can combining corn with rice. And then for sagu flavor, they made it to papeda first. Papeda is sagu flavor made it by boiled water, and they mix it together, and they can eat that with fish because generally they live in a coastal area near sea, so they have many sea resources like fish, crabs, and others.
Okay, question number 2 still about eating habits. How are the eating habits now in your country different from eating habits in the past?
Well, in the past, we eat every day for primary needs. I mean, we eat to get energy and to do some things, to study, to work, to go to other places, to move and others. But it has changes in their habitation. For example, there are many styles people choose while they eating. Especially in a big city, they usually use diet methods. Diet methods has many ways. First, they consume vegetables and consume others vitamins and minerals to help them to lose their weight. But some people choose eating the raw food, not for diet, just for their health. They do not cook the materials before they eat, so they share without cooking the materials in vegetables, in fruits. It is completely health. because in the process of cooking they are very much distortion, very much reducing of the vitamins, minerals, and so on. So eating habit in the past and now has a difference. Beside the method of cooking, for eating, people now go to eat, not cook, in other place, has many values. I mean, some restaurants provide many different sensations while you eat. Some restaurants serve the customer in top of bill. So while you cook, you can taste some different sensation. You can see all of scenery in a city, and then you can see crowded in a city, but you can see it from the top, not join in that crowded. For other example, there are restaurants built in mountains. There is traditional food, traditional situation, fresh air, far from the traffic, far from many disturbing sounds. So you can enjoy your food with yourself to relax, to reducing your stress. So in my conclusion, eat not just to get your primary needs, to get energy and to do something, but now it has many extent values. I think it's all.
How healthy is your country's food?
The healthy of my country food now is not very good. Why I say that? Because of many foods mixed it with chemical materials, which is unhealthy. For example, we say it tofu. Many producer in Indonesia produce tofu, but they mix it with borax. Borax is chemical material which is used to person has already died, and when it coming into some materials to consume, it can be had a bad effect for the health. Other example beside tofu is fresh vegetables and fruits. Now many farmers using pesticide, fungicide, and others is a chemical too. So they use that for making their plant to grow big, to grow nice, to grow good, but materials in chemical, when we consume it, can be what does it mean? Trigger for some disease, not now, but then in the future. In Indonesia's government has some legalized institution to regulate and to evaluate about food. We call that BPOM. BPOM always find in traditional markets many food with chemical danger materials. So in Indonesia, food also has many damage to consume. In other hand, few of farmer now build organic farming. They use the natural resources while they plant their garden, which is there is no chemical materials. They're more fresh, but sometimes vegetables or fruit already served and already to sell has a bad looking because there are some animals or others come into vegetables and eat it. But there is a good indication because while animal want to eat the vegetables, it indicates that that is pure. So beside the bad one, Indonesia now developed the organic one to make a good health for the consumer.
Why do you think different cultures have different table manners?
Okay, different cultures made different table manners. Indonesia also has 33 provinces which have many islands, maybe thousands, and many regional, 100 city, 100 village, and each of them has a different cultures, especially in table manners. I'll give you example for table manners in South Sumatra. When we had a party, we eat together. A food served in a table. There is a plate. There's the cuisine, many cuisine. So you have to take it individually, one by one. But there is no straight regulation when process you eating. So you want to sit or you want to stand up, it's up to you. But there is different in Japanese cultures. They have a straight table manners. In Japanese, you cannot take, if you're young, you cannot take the food first. So the oldest has a position as the first person which can taste all of the cuisine, and the second is the younger, and last is the youngest. While you eat, you cannot do what in Java they say ngecap like this. It's impolite, and then your spoon ringing with your plate with your teeth is impolite too. And then while you eat, I don't know exactly in English, but we say it sandawa, while the air from your stomach coming up, so there is some disgusting sounds. So it's impolite too. And the third example is from Nusa Tenggara. They have ways while they eat is when you eat, do not stay in front of someone. So if there is a person behind you while you eat, you have to move, or you take a position while you can keep your eye on with others. So you can make a round or square, or it's up to you, but no person behind you. That's all. Maybe I can explain about the table manners difference with eating habit.
How make eating habits change with having kids?
Okay, eating habits in coming decades has been changes. Why I say that? While you eat fruit from past, it's just consumed by, you can slash it and you eat, or you can make it some materials for drink and then you eat it. But now there are many changes to serve fruit before you consume it. For example, you can make it a chips, and you can make it dodol. In Indonesia we call it dodol, and you can consume it with other shape. You can combining in a cake maybe, or some sauce, mango sauce and other. So coming decades, method of eating, it just changes, not only in a raw shape and then you consume it. So you can manage, and you can go with another things before